Hi everyone, this is the Sprint Review Retro for SugarLearning Sprint 145 and the Sprint Planning for Sprint 146. The sprint goal was to improve the time handling in SugarLearning, and this goal was substantially achieved. There is still some remaining work to do with the back-end's handling of time, but that is additional to the bug fixes that were incorporated in this last sprint. This was a 1 week sprint. Attendees are myself, Tom, Baba, Tino, and Ozer. There were 154 hours billed during the sprint with Baba, Tino, Ozer, Jim, Tom, myself, and Jerry contributing time. In the sprint backlog, we have done the following work. We have rectified a bug where the item activity history date was not being displayed correctly. We have corrected a bug where the wrong user was being reported as having conducted actions in an item's history. We have also fixed a bug where all learning items were broken for users in fractional time zones, such as Central Australian time. We have updated DevOps pipelines to support a China deployment. We have investigated issues with regards to phone number and full name registration for identity. We have determined a SMT configuration for the China deployment. Fixed a bug where search terms were being displayed with unusual spacing, and conducted monitoring for the sprint. We achieved 44% of the work of the sprint. There were 6 commits overall. Line coverage remains at 19.4% this sprint. And there were 2 deployments over the course of the sprint. Due to work conducted on the pipelines, both for supporting the new China deployment and for investigating a warning occurring during deployment, we are awaiting the deployment of the latest merged version of master. In terms of application health, failed requests have increased from 599 to 720. Total unique users have increased from 112 to 126. Authenticated users have increased from 65 to 68. In terms of the product roadmap, the Chinafy branch work has increased from 64 to 69%. No experimental work was conducted during the sprint. In terms of retrospective, things that went well. Happy to see the Chinafy pipeline starting to take shape. And Tom was happy that the SugarLearning widgets are nearing completion, with translations to Chinese still yet to be done. As to what didn't go so well, it was noted that some integration tests had failed without being picked up, and that some investigations are going to be required. In terms of improvements for the next sprint, we will be looking to attend to product backlog item 92230. This is the integration of tests into the DevOps pipeline. This is part of the EF Core Epic, but we're going to move up its priority and attend to it in the next sprint to prevent further failures of integration tests. Regarding the forecast for Sprint 146, the goal will be to examine and update the infrastructure as code in preparation for the Chinafy deployments. This is a 1 week sprint. We'll be meeting again on Tuesday, the 4th of June. Attendees, myself, Tom, Tino, Ozair, and Baba. In terms of the work, as discussed, look at the first implementation of the infrastructure as code for the Chinafy, for the China branch of China implementation or deployment. Looking to finish work on a fix to the search filter for module interfaces. Be looking to fix the failed integration tests that were picked up in the last sprint by Ozair, and complete the work on the invited user repository. To support the KPI indicators, we'll be looking to improve the sorting of the last changes that a user has made, the last user change report, so that it's more easily used. Continuing work on the recently viewed and edited items, finishing work on normalizing the server date time usage, resolving warnings in Octopus deploy, incorporating the integration tests into the DevOps pipelines, and finally, restricting delete permissions for contributors in SugarLearning. Gentlemen, we will catch up next week for the next sprint meeting. Have a good one.
See ya.